Welcome back to the channel. My name's Justin. I'm running for the king, and I'm an online reseller that works out of this shed here in my backyard. I sell things on eBay, Mercari, and other places. And if you're returning to the channel, you already know this, but there's some news folks every week, and so I try to share. This video is going to be everything that sold over the weekend. Let's be honest, there's not a lot of sales, unfortunately, but I also want to share the top 5 boxes I use for priority mail. So the top free boxes, these are free boxes you can get from the United States Postal Service. You have to use them for priority mail, but they're free. Here they are as a sneak peek, but let's pull an order and then I'll share a box, pull an order, share a box, and I may have more orders than boxes, but just barely. The first order I have is on Mercari. It is a crafting item and it's in my crafting box back here. However, my death pile is a bit of a mess. It's kind of overflowed and fell over since I was pulling things out for whatnot, and I couldn't safely get it on camera, but I grabbed it before we turned on. But it is right here. It's a set of these rubbery stamps, and they're all unicorns. There's actually a unicorn die thing here. This was for Paper Crafter magazine. It was included. I picked it up at a yard sale in 2022. And they've been sitting around. I mean, I've sold some throughout the way, throughout the years, but I got a whole bunch for like $5 or $7 or something. And so they don't take up a lot of space. I have a spot for them. So it did sell on Mercari and it sold for $7 plus shipping. As we walk back here to get the first eBay item, I want to share my first box. It's this one right here. And I think this might actually be an older design, but I've had them for a while. But I ordered them in huge bulk. This is a number 4 box, what the post office calls number 4 box. And it's about outer dimensions 7.25 by 7.25 by 6.5. So it's 8 by 8 by 7 if you're mailing it. And it's great for small items that weigh when you need to ship it priority. Or if it's cheaper to ship it priority than it is Grand Advantage. I used to use these all the time. But since Grand Advantage now goes above 1 pound, I don't use these quite as much, but they're free. They're in my stockpile. I keep some in my shed. I have a bunch more in my storage unit, but we're back here for that eBay item. It's a CD set and it's right here. I picked up a bunch of CDs on Whatnot, and this is one of them. It's Dave Brubeck Time Signatures, and it's a very nice box. It's still factory sealed. It is a BMG Direct and not one that was sold in stores, I guess, but this sold on offer for $20 plus media mail shipping. And, well, it's going to have to go in a box to protect it, but it's not going to be too bad to ship at all. The next item is a graphic novel, and it's not one of those hardbacks. It is a paperback one, and it's up here in my box. I'm going to have to pull it down. It's going to take 2 hands. Give me just a second. And this is actually the first paperback one I've sold out of this big box I bought of them in Cincinnati. It is Nighthawk. Hate makes hate. And they're in very good shape. They're new. I paid $2 a piece for them. There was multiple copies of each. So, I'm selling it for not a huge amount, but it's going to add up over time. This sold for $10 plus media mail shipping. And this is actually going to Justin as well, who had a graphic novel, one of those hardbacks that went out on the last video. So Justin, thank you so much if you're a viewer. And if not, still thank you. All right, got those put up. The next priority box I want to show you is the shoe box. Now, this holds more than shoes, right? You don't have to ship shoes in a shoebox, but it's about the size of a shoebox, if you can see. And let's see, dimensions. It is 7 3/8 by 5 1/4 by 14 7/8. So what's that? On the outside, it's 8 by 6 by 15. And use these a lot before Grand Advantage went over a pound as well. But these are super useful, especially if you ship shoes. And usually a small shoebox will fit in there, but if you're selling shoes without a box, these are excellent if you're shipping priority. And it's free. Once again, I'm going to say this all the time. It's free. I have a stockpile of these in my storage unit, several in the shed if I need them. All right, let's head back to the back for the next eBay item. It is an electronic poker game. And it's right here, Executive Draw Poker. Still works, still in a box, but the box is a bit trashed. This one sold for $7.75 plus shipping. I bought a big old flat of these at a yard sale for $5 maybe. And the next priority box that I use all the time, and this one I do use all the time, especially for Whatnot, is this one. It's upside down. It's still a box either way. This is a number 7 box, and the joke is, when Q4 is coming, make sure you get your number 7 boxes, because there was a few years where they sold out and we couldn't get them very quickly at all. This one is 13 by 12 by 9. Basically on the outside is what you'd have to mail it as. It's a very versatile box, but this one I use all the time still. It's a great box, and shipping in priority is sometimes cheaper than Ground Advantage, and it's my number 3 go-to box. It's really my number 1 go-to box, but I wanted to start with a small box because I couldn't carry this one down the aisle earlier. But anyway, number 3, it's a number 7 box, free from the post office. There's no, I mean, if you're a reseller, you're going to be reseller, there's no sense of not having these just in case. I sold some hats. Actually, I sold a bunch of hats in a big lot. They are right here. And I had these and I was trying to sell them as pairs. In my Whatnot auction, when I sold all my NASCAR t-shirts, I sold 2 hats out of like 14 that I tried to run. And so that wasn't very successful. So what I did was I just threw them all in one big lot and sold them. And some of them need reshaped. Some of them need cleaned. That's the way it goes. I think I paid $0.25 for each, and I hate cleaning hats. So I'm glad to see them go. They sold for $15 plus shipping. There was 12 in here. So at $0.25 a piece, I'm at $4. So there's a little bit of profit. I'm just happy to see them go out of the shed since it was a big fail on Whatnot. 3 more items and 2 more boxes to go. I have an item that I sold that's in my Dave box. All clothing in there, and it's one I listed not too long ago. So go me, it's sold. It's been in my death pile for a long time. Let me grab it. It's in this box right here, and it's either going to go in another bag or depending on what they paid for, I guess. These are some Lucky Brand jeans, still new with tags. I think I paid $1.50 for them at my hometown thrift. They sold on offer for $20 plus shipping, and you just saw the picture of them. They're pretty nice little jeans, just not my size. Let's grab this next box. The next 2 are like garment boxes, I guess is kind of how they are. This is a 1092, and as you see, it is long and skinny. And so the next one is similar size. This one's the smaller of the 2. This one is roughly 12.5 by 3 by 13.5. So I would mail it as 13 by 3 by 14. And I use these all the time when I was selling Guitar Hero controllers, because you could take 2 of these or 1 of these and one of the next boxes and stick them together. But now that the post office charges extra for long packages, it's not that beneficial. But I still use these for coats. If you get a coat that's flat and long and it's cheaper to ship priority, I ship it in this. Or if it's even like within $1 more than Ground Advantage, I already have the box. So it might be worth it to ship it in these. It's a 1092, and it's my number 4 in the list, at least, of priority boxes to have. Once again, they're free. I don't always ship priority, but when I need to, I'm going to use a free box, because an equivalent brown box that I would buy new, like the boxes in my last week's video, but this size would probably be $1.50 to $2 a box, where this one is free. So if I can save, even if it's $1 more for shipping, if the boxes saves me $2, it's still cheaper to ship priority. So something to think about. Next up is another clothing item. It's one I showed in my shorts from last week when I went to my hometown thrift on Tuesday. It's a pair of pajamas, and it's right down here. They are these Honors brand pajamas, and they're from 1992. They're new, but the package looks like it was opened and retaped ages ago. So my guess is it was opened, looked at, and put together by the original store. Has a clearance tag, but that's really old too. Nothing super fancy. I picked them up for $1, and this sold for $14.99 plus shipping in less than a week. And I would totally do that deal again if I found another pair or another couple pair. I actually bought a Hanes pair from the early 2000s. I still have those listed, but Honors is not a big brand. It's like a Walmart brand or something like that, but they sold pretty quick. But to be honest, I don't even know if you can still buy these kind of pajamas. They're shorts, but it's like I would call them like grandpa pajamas, right? Short sleeve button-up shirt and shorts. Is that something? I don't even see those anymore. And the next box is this box right here. It's a 1095. That's what the post office calls them. And this one's a little bit bigger. It's similar shape to the other one, so it's long and skinny, right? But it's a little bit bigger. This one's 15 by 12 by 4 or 15 by 12 by 3.5. on the outside. So it's a little bit bigger than the 1092 I just showed you, and it's the same deal. A little bit fatter, so you can get a fatter coats in there, or a little bit longer. Board games, you can still use 2 of these to ship a board game, or 2 1092s to ship a board game. They're free from the post office. We'll talk about how to get those in just a second, but it's a box I always keep on hand just in case. Man, free priority boxes, I feel like for me at least, were much more valuable before Ground Advantage came about. It is this one right here. It is B21, which means it is a bell from 1987. It is a silver-plated bell ornament from Reed & Barton, and this one sold for $9.99 plus shipping. Been talking about those free USPS priority boxes, but how do you get them? Easy stuff. All you need to do is log on to USPS.com. That's the site for the United States Postal Service, and you need to sign in or register for free to get an account. It doesn't cost any money. You don't have to put a credit card in or anything like that. You just need to register. Once you're registered or you're signed in, you go to the quick tools in the menu bar at the top and you click free boxes. From there, you can see everything you can get for free. There's stickers. So if you use a brown box for priority, you can slap those stickers on the side. I do that all the time. I also use them as tape on my envelopes around the corners because I'm an over taper and that makes it free. But you can order all that you want and they ship it to your house. Here's the caveat. When you order them, they are free, but you do have to agree to not use them for anything except priority mail. Now, sometimes you see me store things in these boxes, but those things are going to be shipped in those boxes as well. You're not supposed to use it like if you're moving, get a bunch of number 7s and it's free boxes to move. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's against postal regulations, could get you in trouble. And when you ship, you have to ship priority. You can't ship Ground Advantage, you can't ship media mail, you can't ship anything but priority. That's why they give the boxes. Priority is usually a little more expensive than Ground Advantage, especially if you're buying postage at the register at the post office. But that's what it's there for. It encourages people to spend more on better service. So there it is. Get your boxes if you need them, or if you want them, or if you're reselling, you have them, and then you have that option. And if you're shipping priority, hey, the box is at least free. It's Monday, so let's check the goal board. Still nothing official, which is, who knows if that's ever going to happen. Listed number, I listed 16 this week, which is down. I listed 339.86 in dollars though, which is up, so that's good. Total for the year, 141. And a total of $1779.89. Whatnot has really cut into my listing time, but I feel like I got faster sales on that. So I don't know. I'm still working through the numbers to see if it's worth it. Thank you so much for joining us today. And that's it. That's all the sales I have. It's a very, very slow weekend. At least I had time to share about boxes, I guess. I'm going to get these to the post office, get some more listings, prep for my Whatnot show on Wednesday night again. Because I'm going to try to do it every Wednesday and go from there. I do appreciate you hanging out there with me though. And as I share my journey and hopefully share a little information either you can use or, you know, you can hit the skip button when I talk about boxes, that's fine too. If you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate your subscription. It helps out the channel a ton as I'm still growing. I broke 1,000, but you know, I'm still very small time on YouTube and I appreciate y'all just coming and checking me out. I always like to end my videos saying, I hope you have a great day and God bless.